What's up, guys? Welcome to What Cheers. I am Nick, and tonight I'm not going to be reviewing a beer. I'm going to be answering a question for you guys. This is the most asked question that I've had since I started the channel, and I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get around to answering it for you, but here it is, and I'm going to be very, very thorough with you guys about it. Basically, the question is, what are you putting in your damn bottles in the reviews? And why are you using what you're using? Okay, what it is a bottle stopper, guys, okay? Basically, it is preserving the carbonation inside the bottle. Plain and simple. So I'm putting this stopper in the bottle so that I can come back at another time and drink it. Depending on what beer it is, depending on the night, depending on how much you drank, depending on what you're doing later that evening, you might not be able to drink a whole bottle of barrel-aged Church on Ale, okay? Now, if it's something like this, ridiculous Lagunitas 32 ounce, maybe you're not going to be able to drink all that by yourself, even though it's an IPA. You may need to cap it up and drink it later. Things come up, things happen, you know, you're in the middle of drinking it, you got to put a cap on it, and that's just it. Typically, I just put a cap on it because can't physically pour the whole bottle into the glass typically, and I don't want the beer to go flat. Guys, as soon as the cap comes off that beer, it's a ticking time clock of carbonation loss. As soon as oxygen gets into the bottle, you know, it's just a countdown. There's only a matter of time before the beer will go flat. And so typically I'll pour, you know, half the bottle out into the glass, put the cap in. Now, half the bottle's filled up with oxygen at that point. So you are going to still lose carbonation even with the cap on it, but it's going to slow the rate down tremendously. So, I mean, I can demonstrate for you guys. This is the type that I use, okay? This is you can look it up on Google. It's a bottle stopper or a flip-top stopper. It's not made just for craft beer or anything. It's made for wine. It's made for any kind of bottle that you want to just basically put a fake cap on. I mean, it really is that simple. It's just rubber, and when you push it up, well, push it down. I'm pushing it up so I can show you. Basically what it does is the rubber goes up and it basically just creates a rubber airtight seal, or close to airtight, to the point where, you know, you're not getting much loss in carbonation and no air is getting in. And that's pretty much it. So when you flip it around, that's it. It just creates an airtight seal. Now, what's important to know is that I used to use this one. It's big, kind of plastic. It's still the same theory. It's got the rubber, but it's more plastic. And this broke on the Dogfish Head 750 milliliter bottles. It just broke. It is not able to handle every bottle style, whereas this one is. It was a typical style to that, and it just doesn't have the right angle, and it literally will just snap and break. So do not waste your money on these plastic ones that look like this. Go for these. You don't know, there's not a particular brand. Just like I said, just type in bottle stopper. This is like a very, you know, cheap kind of plastic, but the design of it is very, very good. And I'll show you, you know, it works on any type of bottle. Especially the 750s are the most important. So you just kind of put your fingers here, hold it down real good, because there's going to be liquid in there. You don't want the bottle going flying if you're pushing the wrong way or whatever. So make sure you got it down good, and just use your finger, and that's it. And I can show you, I'm just holding up the plastic, and I could shake this. It's airtight. It's not, this bottle is not going to go anywhere. So at that point, you're safe. And, you know, this bottle, safe. This type of bottle, you know, you got wax around it. You don't want to rip off all the wax. Safe. Not a problem. Same thing. Now this is a 375 milliliter. Using that as an example for the small bottles, but obviously, guys, for a 12-ounce bottle, it's not going anywhere. It's airtight, and I mean, like I said, this is a cheap $1 to $2 piece right here, and this will keep your beer fresh. And I use it literally almost every bottle I open, unless there's no liquid left. I am putting a stopper in to preserve the carbonation. Why wouldn't you, right? You want the beer the way it was meant to be drank. Obviously, as soon as you pour the beer, you're going to lose the carbonation. So it's not the way beer is meant to be drank. Now, one more thing to address about that is that if it's a hoppy beer, okay, if it's a light beer, drink it that night. Drink it that day. Drink it within a few hours max. You'll get good results. The carbonation will still be there, still be intact. If you put, if you drank half a bottle of this Lagunitas Sucks, put the cap on, put the stopper on, and then came back 24 hours, it's not going to be the same beer. I mean, there's so much oxygen in the bottle at that point, it's just not going to be that great. Now, with heavier beers like this or this, you can get away with 24 hours or more. And the reason being is that typically these beers like that start out with a very low carbonation to begin with because they don't need it. They're very heavy, they're very rich, they're very decadent. Yeah, I would say I've definitely gone more than 24 hours with a really rich, heavy alcohol beer, like the breweries like Bois and like stuff like that. Like you can definitely go a long time with the bottle stopper in and get great, pretty much similar results because you're starting with a very low carbonation. And I think that's just the rules, guys. As far as I'm concerned, that's it. It's not rocket science. It's just stuff that you might not know about or might need to know. But so rule of thumb: light hoppy beers, stuff like that. Try to drink it within a few hours. Darker beers, you can put in the fridge with the cap on overnight, and it'll probably be very similar to when you had it the day before. That's it, guys. If you have any other questions, now that I'm answering this one, if you guys have any other questions or want me to do whatever Q&A video, let me know. I'd be happy to answer and demonstrate any other things you guys want me to. Hopefully that helps. As I said, just Google flip top bottle stopper or bottle stopper. And sometimes, guys, I've even taped around it. If I really wanted to make it secure, just put it in and then get some duct tape or electrical tape or whatever, and you can just tape right around, the bottle, make sure it's even more sealed in, and that's it. Really simple as that. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Hopefully that answered the question about the bottle stoppers and what it's all about. So I'll see you later in the next beer review or the next question and answer session. Cheers.